And welcome to Roadside Notes. I'm Christopher, the Route 66 Chaplain, and these are readings from the Faith and Good Courage Journal found at faithandgoodcourage.com. Stories from the road, a little grace for the miles ahead, and reminders that hope still travels with us. Now, this reading is from my journal on September 29th, 2025, called Changing the Tire on Route 66, a heartfelt miracle of kindness. Well, I did it. I changed the tire on 66 again. I was somewhere between mile markers, that long stretch of nowhere where the horizon starts to feel like it's running away from you. The kind of road where you learn quick that cell service is more suggestion than it is a promise. I've been down this stretch before. Once when I met an old man with his dog waiting in the dust for someone to notice. This time, just a little bit different. Now, up ahead, a car sat on the shoulder with a tire blown to ribbons. Hazard lights were, they're clicking like a metronome in the silence. A young couple stood beside it, and a small child. Faces caught somewhere between frustration and helplessness. No jack, no cell signal, just the desert heat and a problem bigger than their toolbox. I pulled over, gravel crunching under my tires, and asked if they needed a hand. Their relief was almost visible. "We've got the spare," the dad said, but, nothing to lift the car. I told him not to worry. I had both jack and the willingness to stop, two things that can turn despair into hope. As we dug into the work, I noticed their daughter, maybe about 4 years old, hiding shyly behind her mom's leg. She looked like she wanted to change the tire with us. She had the cutest, quirky little smile, half mischief, half curiosity, and every time I glanced her way, she ducked like we were playing peekaboo. It's a living reminder that, even in stressful moments, kids have a way to turn it into a game. Now, her dad and I got to talking while loosening stubborn lug nuts. I told him about my grandkids in Utah and how much I missed them. I didn't mean to share, but, sometimes stories spill out easier when your hands are busy. I mentioned that they call me Papa, a title I cherish. He nodded and said his father passed away and he would have been Pawpaw, just like his grandfather. He shared how much he missed them both. And just like that, for a few minutes, it felt like fixing a tire. Not at all. It actually felt like we were swapping stories across a kitchen table. Now, by the time the spare was on and my tools were back in the truck, the little girl had inched her way closer. She gave me that same mischievous little smile. Then she darted towards me and wrapped her arms around my leg and gave me this big old hug and stopped me cold, I tell you. She looked up at me and she said, "Can I call you Papa?" Those eyes, they had no agenda, just pure, childlike honesty. I swallowed hard and I told her I would be honored. Her parents smiled, maybe a little embarrassed, but I wasn't. For a brief moment on the shoulder of a forgotten stretch of highway, I wasn't a stranger. I was somebody's papa, somebody who showed up when help seemed, a long way off. They drove away with a saved tire, and I drove away with something I didn't expect. A reminder that love sneaks in the oddest places. Sometimes it's through the hands of a man turning a jack handle. Sometimes it's through the voice of a little girl who just wanted someone to belong to for a moment. In my roadside reflection, life doesn't always hand us burning bushes or neon signs. More often, it hands us a flat tire, a lonely stretch of road, and a chance to stop. To change a tire. To be the one who notices. To turn inconvenience into grace. The truth is, the small things, a cup of coffee, a pot of chili, a spare tire in the desert. These are miracles we get to hand out. And sometimes, in the giving, we realize we're the ones being saved too. Travel well, my friends. Have faith and good courage.